Okay, my friends, I see Ethan has sitting quietly. He has his listening ears on. Do all of our friends have our listening ears on? Can we all put our listening ears on and our talking mouths off? Thank you. All right, so today we are going to be rereading A Letter to Amy. Which of my friends remembers A Letter to Amy? Yes, exactly. Can anybody remind me who our main character is? Who is the main person in the book? Yes, Safia. Peter, exactly. So do we remember what Peter was trying to do? There's a hint on the book. He was trying to mail a letter. Yes. So if we recall, Peter was inviting his friend Amy to come to the party. He was worried that she wouldn't come because he knocked her down when he was trying to mail the letter. Because we've already read the story before, you know it very well. So I want to wonder, this time we're going to think as we read the book, why Amy was so special to Peter. Let's read and we'll find out. A letter to Amy. I'm writing a letter to Amy. I'm inviting her to my party, Peter announced. Why don't you just ask her? You didn't write to anyone else, said his mother. Peter stared at the sheet of paper for a while and said, well, this way it's sort of special. Does anybody remember what special means? We talked about it last time we read it. Special means that something is really important to you. And so, why would Peter think that writing a letter would be special? Because Amy is a very important person to him, exactly. He folded the letter quite a few times, put it in the envelope, and sealed it. Now I'll mail it, he said. What did you write? His mother asked. Will you please come to my birthday party, Peter? You should tell her when to come. So he wrote on the back of the envelope, it is this Saturday at 2. Now I'll mail it. Put on the stamp. He did and started to leave. Wear your raincoat. It looks like rain. He put it on and said, it looks like rain. You'd better stay in, Willie, and ran out to mail his letter. Peter is going out in the rain to mail his letter, which means that Amy must be really special to him. Can any of my friends tell me somebody that's really special to them? Listen, say yes. Ooh. Walking to the mailbox, Peter looked at the sky. Dark clouds raced across it like wild horses. He glanced up at Amy's window. She wasn't there. Only Pepe, her parrot, sat peering down. Willie, didn't I tell you to stay home? Can anyone tell me why Peter would not want Amy to see him mailing the letter? Does he still want it to be a surprise? Why would he want it to be a surprise? Peter thought, what will the boys say when they see a girl at my party? Suddenly there was a flash of lightning and a roar of thunder. A strong wind blew the letter out of his hand. Peter chased the letter. He tried to stop it with his foot, but it blew away. Then it flew high in the air and landed, skipping across a hopscotch game. The letter blew this way and that. Peter chased it this way and that. He couldn't catch it. Big drops of rain began to fall. Just then, someone turned the corner. Can any of my friends tell me who he thinks he saw? Does anybody remember who Peter sees? You're right, it's Amy. She waved to him. The letter flew right towards her. She mustn't see it or the surprise will be spoiled. They both ran for the letter. We talked about the word spoiled last week. Can any of my friends remind me what spoiled means? We're thinking, yes. Spoiled means that something is ruined or something is beyond repair. In his great hurry, Peter bumped into Amy. He caught the letter before she could see it was for her. How do you think Amy felt when Peter bumped into her? How would you feel if somebody bumped into you? I bet Amy's feelings are hurt, that would make me really sad if one of my friends bumped into me. I don't think that she understands why Peter would knock her down, and he ran away before she could apologize, which is even worse. What would you do if you bumped into one of your friends? Quickly, he stuffed the letter into the mailbox. He looked for Amy, but she had run off crying. Now she'll never come to my party, thought Peter. He saw his reflection in the street. It looked all mixed up. When Peter got back to his house, his mother asked, "Did you mail your letter?" "Yes," he said sadly. How do you think Peter is feeling in this moment? Can anybody give me a face? Is he feeling happy? Is he feeling sad? Saturday came at last. Everybody arrived, but Amy. "Shall I bring the cake out now?" his mother asked Peter. "Let's wait a little," said Peter. "Now! Bring it out now!" chanted the boys. "All right," Peter said slowly. "Bring it out now." How does Peter look to you in this picture? All of his friends are so happy, but he looks really sad. Why is Peter sad again? Can anybody remind me? Yes, because his special friend Amy is not at the party. Just then the door opened. In walked Amy with her parrot. "A girl! Ugh," said Eddie. "Happy birthday, Peter," said Amy. "Happy birthday, Peter," repeated the parrot. Peter's mother brought in the cake she had baked and lit the candles. Everyone sang. "Make a wish," cried Amy. "Wish for a truck full of ice cream," shouted Eddie. "A store full of candy and no stomachache." But Peter made his own wish and blew out all the candles at once. So why do you think Peter changed from sad to happy? Exactly. So now that we were talking a lot about special friends, we are going to do an activity and we're going to think in our brains of somebody that is really, really special to us. I want everybody to think without talking. We're still listening ears on. We're thinking. Think of somebody really, really special. And then we're going to go to our tables and we're each going to decorate a person and we're going to decorate it and then we can write their names on it and then we're going to give it to them. Who is thinking of their person in their head right now? Please raise your hands. Without speaking, I would love to hear it and I will hear it, but not right now. Perfect. Ethan, who are you thinking of? Great, I want you to go over to table number 1. You're going to sit down and you're going to start drawing for that person. Safia, who are you thinking of? Perfect, I want you to go to that table, set yourself up, start drawing, and then I'll come over in a second.